sheets off of bed. I seen a California sunset, I seen the hills in Tennessee, I seen the beaches down in Florida, I seen in Georgia Everglades, I seen a blue sky in Kentucky, I seen Colorado Springs, but none of those things are pretty as you know they ain't, baby. I've seen a California sunset, I've seen the hills in Tennessee, I've seen the beaches down in Florida, I seen Georgia Everglades, I seen a blue sky in Kentucky, I seen Colorado Springs, but none of those things are pretty as you. Girl, none of those things are pretty as you know. Baby, let your hair down and let's stay on the couch. Put your head on my chest and don't make a sound. We can turn off the phone, forget about the world, 'cause there ain't one damn thing in it that compares to you, girl. I seen a California sunset, I seen the hills in Tennessee, I seen the beaches down in Florida, I seen in Georgia Everglades, I seen a blue sky in Kentucky, I seen Colorado Springs, but none of those things are pretty as you. Girl, I can't stand it. Let's move this upstairs. Let me take these two hands and run through your hair. All these things I wanna do are running through my head. Leave your dress in the hall, rip the sheets off the bed. I seen a California sunset, I seen the hills in Tennessee, I seen the beaches down in Florida, I seen in Georgia. FretJob, FretJob, gotta get it in for a FretJob. Turn it up on the volume knob, it's time to tune into the FretJob.
What's up, pickers and grinners? Welcome to the FretJob. FretJob is a live video podcast where we dig into the bones of the guitar world, and our discussions touch on pretty much anything with strings or anything that makes music. The FretJob is brought to you live from Frizzell Guitars, located at 816 Stanford Road in Danville, Kentucky, Kentucky's premier guitar store and full-service luthier shop. Now I am going to hand it over to my friend and co-host, the owner and luthier at Frizzell Guitars, Mr. Brandon Edwards.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the FretJob. My name is Brandon Edwards here, and we are coming at you live from the FretJob. And let me take a minute to introduce my co-host, Jonathan Recorder. I think any instrument this man picks up, he can play. He is Kentucky's best real estate agent, and on top of that, he's a great friend of mine, one of my greatest friends. Let's give it up for Jonathan Recorder.
What's up, man? Glad to be here. I hope everybody's had a good morning so far, and we got some cool stuff to talk about today. We're going to talk a little bit about lag guitars. We're going to talk a little bit about maybe some new music that's out and some stuff that's going on at the shop there at Frizzell Guitars. There's a lot going on. Got a lot of new stuff in. We haven't had a chance to talk about it. Sorry about last week. We had a little technical difficulty, but we're back on. We're back on today.
Technology
We're ready
is
to
a
go.
strange thing. Sometimes it could just be one little tiny thing that could mess up a whole thing.
Yeah, it's not like we got a crew or anything. It's just us.
Yeah, so.
All right. Anyway, so tell me a little bit about what you got sitting beside you there, Brandon.
Well, this is called the Lag High Vibe.
High vibe. Now, there's some special stuff about that guitar, isn't there?
Yes, and I'll get into that in a little bit here.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Okay.
about the special stuff. So, first thing I guess I want to mention to you all is let's talk about some new music. So, have you got any new music you've been listening to lately that you like?
Man, I haven't had time lately. I've been playing a little bit.
You told me about that one this morning.
Oh, well, that was a video. I saw a cool video. I saw a cool video this morning. I think his name was Andy Grammer, I believe is what I said. But anyway, Don't Give Up on Me, that song. I know you all have heard it before, but it was him, and he was in with a class of music students, and they were all sixth graders, man. And they were singing that song with him, and that was a cool video that I saw today, this morning. But yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, so talk about some of the new things in the store real quick.
Yeah, the lag guitars, man, I'm kind of excited about that for your shop. I mean, there was a couple of them that I really was impressed with. And that's one of them right there beside you. That's why I can't wait for us to get to talk about that, because that's a cool piece, man. I really liked it. And there's a Sunburst one in the shop there that I was really impressed with too. I'm impressed with the lag guitars.
I'm right there with you.
Probably a lot of people aren't familiar with the brand, but I can tell you a little bit about them. I know that I think it all kind of started in 1981, and they're a French company. It started in a region of southern France, and
yeah, for sure,
man, I like them. They're not tremendously expensive. They've got some tremendously expensive stuff, but for the money, you can do pretty good with them.
And I'll tell you this, before we go back, we've got a lot of good amps in the store and a lot of new things. Austin Electric Guitars. We'll talk about that in an episode to come. And so pretty much some cool things that I think that is just pretty cool. Lag guitars are cool. And we were talking about new music. That song has really been stuck in my head, but I think is a good one, is She Had Me at Heads, Carolina. I heard that song about a month ago on the radio, and I thought it was really cool. If you haven't got a chance to check out the music video, they did a killer job on that. Like, they did an absolutely killer job on that. And also, I want to mention another one is John Party, Last Night Lonely. I think that's a great song. I've really been getting into him. Yeah, that was cool. And I've been listening to some Parker McCollum. I think he's pretty cool.
I haven't heard of him.
Well, you got to look him up, y'all. Let us know your favorite. Let us know if you're here in the stream. Say hi. We want to have your interactions and whatnot. And so I want to remind everybody we got an open mic tonight at Mi Pueblo #2 on the patio. Had a good time Saturday night. So come out with all that stuff and let's be ready to have a great night. So I guess we're going to, without further ado, we're going to dive into today's topic on lag guitars.
All right. So now tell us about this guitar.
All right. So I don't know how well you guys can hear this.
Oh, I can hear it. You want me to tell them a little bit about the high vibe?
Yeah, tell them. I'm just so amazed sitting here playing this. This thing is just absolutely stunning.
Yeah, I'm impressed with it, man. This high vibe guitar, guys. What's the price on that guitar, Brandon?
$1,400.
$1,400. Okay. So, man, let me find what I wanted to tell you about it.
It's got the high vibe system in it, so that's what makes it super cool.
Yeah, this high vibe thing is awesome,
I
man.
think there's been some other guitars that have had a high vibe in it, but this is like...
Yeah, I'll tell you one that I saw. One that I saw that's got the high vibe system in it is an Emerald guitar. They've had that system in it, but basically, I don't know if y'all have heard of the Tonewood amp. It's similar to the Tonewood amp setup, really. You have actual effects in your acoustic guitar that are coming out straight out of the sound hole. It's cool, man. You can do what all's it got? Reverb, chorus.
Yeah,
Brandon.
it's got sorry, somebody was looking in the window, so I was trying to...
All right, you're good.
So, it's got reverb, it's got chorus, it's got everything, it's got
I found
looper,
it.
Bluetooth speaker. Go ahead.
All right. So it says, I'm just going to say the high vibe. This has got the whole model number. So the high vibe abound with refined details and sonic optimizing features. Every piece of wood is carefully selected, blah, 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 blah. But now we get down here to the better part. All right. It comes with multi-effects, a looper, and a Bluetooth speaker. So you can use that guitar as a Bluetooth speaker. Right?
Yes.
That's insane, man. So basically the guitar's got a speaker in it. And it's a smart speaker.
This thing is incredible. It plays incredible.
They also have it in a classical guitar, I see.
Lag makes some great travel guitars. They make great all the way around.
Anyway, it's something different, man. I mean, 20 years ago, if you wanted to buy an affordable guitar that played pretty good, you'd be out here looking for maybe a Takamine G series or there's a few other ones that people would pick up, but this is something new. It's different. I mean, they make guitars that are $600 that play like $1,000 plus guitars.
And I'm going to what my friend Keith Williams said. He said it plays better than his Taylor. That one he played, the natural one, said it played and sounded better than his Taylor. And to have that kind of compliment from somebody that plays the Taylor on stage religiously, and to him to say that it plays better than that.
Not saying they play better than any Taylor or any Martin or anything like that, but that they have to have a pretty high quality threshold for any of their $600 guitars to play as good as this guy's Taylor that he loved.
And it's solid.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, we need to get like a little guitar mic to put down there on your stand. That would be cool.
And we're gonna have videos coming here soon for all these guitars. So,
like demo videos.
Yes.
Cool. So the open mic night thing, how's that going?
It's going pretty good. We're trying to grow and get that.
Yeah.
So
y'all get out and check that out. That's a
fun time.
Cool thing. I went one night. I don't get a chance to go like I would like to, but it was fun, man.
So this weekend I got to hear a beautiful song that him and his father-in-law recorded. And it sounded pretty good. So probably about 5.
Yeah, we've been having fun doing that, man. It's good stress relief. Sit around jamming with other people, man. So what other lags do you have in the store? You got any more you could show us?
You want to see some more? Okay.
Yeah, I want to see a couple. We want to see what's going on, man.
All right. I shall be back.
Get that sunburst one.
How did I know he was going to say that?
No, the sunburst one's cool. That was probably one of my favorite ones that's in there. And he's got other stuff in there too, y'all. That's pretty nice. But the newest, biggest thing he's got in the shop is definitely the lag guitars. Give us just a second, guys.
All right.
All right. See, that guitar sounds just as good, if not better. Y'all put in the comments which one you think sounded better. I know it's hard to tell in this video like this, but man, I'm thinking that one comes through even better maybe than the high vibe. I like that.
Got Fishman Electronics, Fishman Inc. Electronics, Inc. 3.
Yeah, I like that, man. That one sounds to me, just the way you're sitting there in that room, the way your mic is and everything, I think that guitar sounds louder, at least louder.
Also got a pick, so that probably helped making it louder.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that tells the story then. I got my old trusty dulcimer sitting here in front of me today. And there's getting ready to be another one coming. Can't wait to show it to you all. It's going to be chromatic. So if you see this one here's got a lot of big wide fret gaps, the next one will be
Like
basically like a guitar fretboard. I can't wait to check it out, man. I can't wait to get it
When's
down
he going to
here.
have that thing done?
I'm not sure, man. I mean, he told me last week, he told me this week. This thing has been 5 years in the making. Way before I ever even met Brandon, my father-in-law, Richard, he ordered one to get this guy to make it. And it ended up, it just ended up not being exactly what he thought it was going to be honest with you. Cause I think he really wanted 6 strings and this ended up being a 4-string. But I'm going to go ahead and get it because it's going to be really nice. I think it's going to have a figured sapele top. It's got like came out of a board of sapele that's got like I'm going to say termites or something like that got to it at one point, and it's got crazy figuring all in it. And then the back and sides are going to be solid cocobolo. Well, it ought to be pretty cool.
Got a killer sound to it. Get a little bit of harmonica.
Oh man. I thought you was gonna play Mary Had a Little Lamb there for a minute. Oh man. I like that piece, man. That's a nice guitar.
Yeah, I mean, it's a killer piece. You got one in black. This is 803. The black one's 803, and then I got the natural one you guys have seen before. That is actually...
And you know, the setup on them's pretty good from the factory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, the first one I got, the setup wasn't that great on it. I'll go ahead and disclose that. But everyone since then have all been great.
Yeah. So, but you just did a setup on that first one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every other one has been solid.
And man, the setup is it's crucial, man. I mean, it's like a lot of people, they just go buy a guitar and play it, and then and then sell it or something because, you know, there's something that's not just exactly clicking with them and that guitar, and they go out and sell it. Give it a chance to get right. Take it somewhere and get it checked out, man, and see if you can get it set up and make it actually
All right.
play like you want it to.
They're gonna kill me. I'm gonna be shamed, but I thought that was appropriately funny.
Oh man.
So, we're talking about, I played that as a joke there, and we did that TikTok with Jaden, but a funny thing is, I had a guy, he asked if he'd come in and jam around. He said, I'm waiting on my wife. He said, I'll get a pack of strings. I'm waiting on my wife. My wife's somewhere. She some kind of meeting somewhere. She's going to be there for about 2.5 hours. Can I just jam out? I said, okay, sure, whatever. Come on. So he sat there and jammed out for probably that long of a time. Okay. Then this is where it gets funnier. At the end of him jamming out, he turns around, has the biggest grin from face to face, and he just starts taking a lick into Stairway.
Yeah.
And
that's the most commonly picked song ever in a music store, probably.
I thought this was.
Yeah, that's probably one of them too. Yeah, that's definitely one of them.
Big wheels.
Around here, anyway.
Carry me home to McKinney, Kentucky. Oh, like those little funny things. But lag guitars are very great. So actually, if you look on our thumbnail, the design of lag guitars actually had a hard change.
Really?
Actually, yeah. You go look at it. Go look at the other model they used to have, and tell me what you think.
It's a lot different, huh?
Yeah.
I remember seeing them in another store somewhere a long time ago, and I liked them then. Like I thought they were pretty solid little guitars back then, but I just never had heard of them. And then I didn't see them. That place quit carrying them, and I stopped seeing them. And then the next time I saw them is whenever you got your first one in, and I was impressed with them again. So, two times they've showed up since I've been playing music.
Look up
and
see if
I've
you can
encountered
find
them.
the other design they had on your device there, and tell me what you think. You'll notice the headstock's different.
Let's see, like an older lag guitar.
Yeah.
Let's see here. hard for me to find one that's not. Does your headstock on that one, it doesn't have the raised up thing in the middle, does it?
It does.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, this headstock design is completely different, like a whole different shape.
Let's see. When did the change happen?
You want me to find one and try to send it to you?
See, like 19 or 2000. Let's do like a 2007 lag guitar.
They also did electric guitars for a small point.
Wow.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I think I found some of them. There's not a lot of them out there.
They're not.
Yeah, there's previous catalogs. Is that what you looked at?
No, I just seen one.
Yeah, they did electric guitars. They did a lot of them.
Yeah, so thank you, Victoria, for sharing our stream.
Oh, yeah, there's that headstock. Gets narrow at the top.
Yes.
Funny looking bridge, too. This right here?
Yeah.
You can't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's called like the Four Seasons.
The Four Seasons.
Is what it was.
Oh, yeah, summer. Yeah, right there. I see. Autumn. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway. I wonder if they were very good guitars. That's before the ones I saw. The ones I saw didn't have that kind of headstock.
It had my kind of headstock?
Yeah, it had your kind of headstock. And that was probably 10 years ago.
Man, this sounds just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nice guitar, man. That's a good room, I believe, too.
All right, we're gonna play, and I'll give you one more little piece on this. I'll play something overplayed.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be right back. I think somebody might be here.
But these are very versatile stuff. So these are very versatile. Those of you that will watch this later, because I know. I mean, this is just a solid piece. I'll let y'all get a better look. Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I get and sing and play at open mic. It's pretty much. I mean, I've been playing and singing for a while, but you know, I mainly build and fix guitars. But I do enjoy just sitting around sometimes in my own personal time and just playing and singing. Was made for you. Victoria, can you hear me? Can you hear me there?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I can hear you, yeah.
Victoria asked me, was I going to get on stage with Brad now that I'm sitting here playing and singing? So... yeah, so we appreciate Victoria. Go check them out at the their radio station. It's absolutely Bourbon Trail Radio. They're absolutely incredible people, both of them. They capture many of your favorite moments on stage, and they bring you local music. And they're the real heavy hitters that are the ones that push for those local boys and the local people. So without them, the local music scene would be nothing. Frizzell Guitars and the FretJob is a proud supporter of Bourbon Trail Radio. So, what you doing over there, partner? He loves that dulcimer there. So, question, Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
What is the guy that come up with lag guitars? What is the master luthier for lag? What's his name?
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It looks like Michael, but it's not spelled like I normally see Michael. So it's Michael Lag. That's his name. 1981 is when he had the idea to start making guitars, and he did it.
Victoria Poe said it sounded beautiful, Jonathan.
It does. Oh, you're talking about the
Yeah.
dulcimer. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like playing dulcimer, man. It's fun. It's good stress relief. And they can be really easy to play, or you can make them a lot harder to play if you try to play, if you start trying to put chords together and stuff with them, it's a lot different than guitar. Or you can do the little one finger old style of playing.
Hey, April, how are you?
But yeah, dulcimer's just something I got into. Don't know how. Yeah, I do know how. Somebody found one at a flea market or maybe 127 yard sale, brought it back, and that was the beginning of dulcimers and me.
Dulcimer is a very pretty instrument, so I can't blame you.
Yeah, and man, I'm just interested to see what happens when you get into chromatic scale with it. And all these little cigar box guitars that you see, a lot of them are dulcimers. They're fretted like a dulcimer. Like this little thing I got hanging on the wall behind me back here. That's the Seagull Merlin guitar. It's basically a dulcimer that you hold like a guitar.
Yeah, for sure. But
How
mean,
about the students? How's it going with students right now?
it's going. Well, we had a mishap. Saturday, Ava was supposed to play at the Tobacco Festival. That never happened. She got
Oh,
COVID.
really?
Her and her lead guitar player got COVID,
Oh, wow.
so they were both out. Her mom said Wednesday night she took a test and she was positive, and that she just slept all day.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do about it, man. It's happened to a lot of people right now. There's a lot of people catching that stuff right now. So I had it,
Only thing people are gonna catch from me is these hands. No, I'm kidding. I just.
But
thought that
yeah,
was a
I
funny
just stayed at the house for 2 or 3 days, or well, actually it's 5 days. I had to stay at the house. By the time I only really felt bad one day, but you can't do it. You can't go out, man. Gotta stay in. What's your youngest student right now?
My youngest student right now is, probably Ava.
Oh, okay.
School starts back, so some.
Yeah, it changes things a little bit, doesn't it?
Jonathan, you want to answer Victoria's question?
What's the question? Let me
He said, does the shape of the guitar change the sound, or is it just for looks?
The shape of the guitar.
We're going to pass this one on because Jonathan.
Absolutely. In an acoustic guitar, the shape does change the sound. I mean,
yeah.
Like an OM guitar will sound more focused, I'm going to call it, than like a dreadnought. A dreadnought has a more open, chimey-like sound to it. Most of them do. But you get into an OM and it's different. And then when you get into like parlor guitars, they have a really focused, intimate-like sound to them. They lend themselves to even different types of music. So, like if I'm playing my little smallest guitar, I play totally different music than I do if I'm playing my Martin OM. So yeah, I can play the same stuff on it, but different things sound better on it. And the different shapes that you see are more than just different shapes. The different shapes that you see are also different sizes of guitars. I mean, like the Dreadnought is a much bigger guitar than the OM. And then the
jumbo.
Then you got a jumbo, and that's even bigger than a Dreadnought. I mean, but usually, for the most part, Dreadnoughts is the most popular shape. I mean, for most people, but it's probably my least favorite shape. But
yeah. So, what, the Dreadnought?
Yeah, I mean, not that I don't like them. I loved like my Blue Ridge that I had. I loved it. My dad's Taylor I've got here. I love it. But
I've never seen your dad's Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's a 410. Taylor 410.
How nice is that? I'm not a Taylor. You're gonna.
Well, I mean, like your standard run of the mill solid wood guitar, the lowest one is the 300 series, or the Academies. That's something new, but it's made out of solid oven call. The back and sides are, and the top is spruce.
Is it pretty?
No
guitar?
electronics. It came from Pyramid. That's where it came from when they were still there.
Yeah, I didn't know your dad played guitar.
He doesn't.
Then why did he buy a guitar?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say that he doesn't. He just doesn't have time right now, man. He's always working all the time, and he's always building something, or like he's been building a house for a long time now. And he bought it, and we played a couple times, and I kind of showed him some chords. But then so much time would pass before we could get together again, and it was like starting over, so he's hoping that sometime we'll both get enough time to actually work more at it and he wants to play.
That's pretty cool. Have you ever got your wife interested in guitar?
No, at one time she, for some reason, got interested in mandolin, and she never really played it. I mean, I played around with it. We bought a friend. Well, the reason she just always loved to hear a mandolin, and then a friend of mine had one he was going to sell, Robbie,
Yeah.
and we bought his mandolin from him, and she tinkered with it a day or two, and then I played with it for probably a few weeks. I just kept messing with it, and then the strings kind of got old on it, and I was like, I don't feel like changing these
All right,
strings,
here's
so it
something I'll
ended
mention
up on
to
the
you.
wall.
So
Huh?
Victoria asked, "What's the best type of wood to make a guitar out of?" I'll take this and let Jonathan finish on it. So I'll take the fact of what not to make guitars out of. There's some places that make guitars out of these woods, like oak. Oak is not a good guitar making wood.
Yeah.
Pine is not. Pine was used years ago by Fender, but pine is not the greatest guitar making wood.
There's
Another,
exceptions to a lot of these though, like the oak. I've seen a really awesome OM that was made out of curly red oak.
was it a Martin?
No,
Oh.
it was a E.J. Henderson
And I'm gonna answer this.
or E.B. Henderson. Okay, I
And
can't think of it.
I'm gonna answer this for y'all. Why not? Oak is not a soft wood. Oak is a very, very wood that chips easy. It's hard. It can't be fine sanded. It's hard to find sand, I should say. It's not fine. There's people make guitars out of it, and also for wood for tonal purposes, it don't give a decent tone. It gives a that's another reason. It just doesn't give. There's lots of different things out there as far as different tone wood. Like there's a reason why they call things tone woods. Oak is not a tone wood.
Yeah.
Oak is not a tone wood. Cherry is not a tone wood. You don't see too many guitars being made out of cherry.
But yet another exception. Waterloo makes a cherry guitar that's awesome. You know, they find special pieces of this wood that are old or, something about it that gives it has a tap tone. Because I just don't think, like E.J. Henderson, I don't think she would make a guitar out of a piece of wood that didn't have a tap tone, a good tap tone. And that's like when they sit there and peck on it and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So,
but as a general rule, yeah, oak sucks for for tone wood. As a general rule,
cherry search for tone wood. You don't see a lot of that. I seen somebody here recently make a guitar out of coffee wood.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
It's not.
Martin does make a cherry guitar though, and Martin and Waterloo, they both make a cherry guitar. And I love the Waterloo one.
Good day, April. And so tone wood. I mean, it varies on tone. Some woods, the most common used wood for a guitar is going to be, my opinion, is going to be mahogany and Sitka spruce or rosewood and spruce.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. That's
like
my favorite. Is rosewood. My favorite wood for backing sides of an acoustic guitar is East Indian rosewood, and my favorite top is Sitka spruce or Adirondack spruce, or there's so many different kinds of spruces, but most of the spruces are good for guitar tops. Like there's a Swiss spruce, there's German spruce,
Englewood spruce,
Lutz spruce, yeah, Engelmann spruce, and then there's cedar tops in guitars, and cedar gives a little warmer, less bitey sound to it. I've got a cedar top guitar.
That's what those lags were. Well, that was Kaya top, but that's what the Big Daddy was. It was a cedar top. And also, let's talk about this. Let's also talk about. What's another one? Oh, solid mahogany top. You've seen some solid mahogany guitars, haven't you?
Yeah.
Doesn't Martin do one?
Yeah, D15. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Guild does one. Martin does one.
Maple's commonly used, especially in lots of different things like flame maple, figured maple.
My Martin's maple. Yeah.
So maple's common with the spruce top, and if you haven't seen his Martin, it's the most gorgeous thing ever.
Yeah, thanks. I love it, man. Maple, I was kind of weary buying a maple guitar because, everybody was talking about rosewood, mahogany, and all that. But when I got that maple Martin, man, I love the tone of it.
Yeah.
Maple's definitely a tone wood. I'm sure there's some maple out there that's not great for tone, but that particular, I think that one's called European maple.
Maple's
Then there's
commonly used in like electric guitars. Like
yeah,
you'll find like maple tops, maple bodies.
yeah. And like a big leaf maple, there's big leaf maple and then European flamed maple, and
And then
that's
you've got electric guitar woods like alder, ash, swamp ash,
yeah,
all that good stuff.
yeah. And the wood, and I know this is true. I know it's true. The wood in in an electric guitar doesn't affect the sound near as much as the wood does in an acoustic guitar.
Amen.
I mean, you can get by with less of a tone wood.
Yes.
You could probably build an awesome oak guitar if you wanted to in an electric guitar. It'd be heavy though.
Yeah, just like ash. Ash is a very, 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 very heavy wood.
Yeah. But like a lot of your natural acoustic or natural electric guitars are ash. Ones that are just cleared, because it's got a pretty grain to it.
Yes, for sure.
Alder doesn't have the grain that ash has, but alder's a lot lighter than ash, is it not?
Yes.
Yeah. And then I see basswood used in electric.
I've got I made a guitar out of basswood.
Did you? Cool.
He said he wanted it light as possible, so I went with basswood.
Yeah. Light as possible. He should have made it out of balsa.
This basswood's pretty light too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh man.
What about
But
bass
yeah.
guitars? Answer that one.
Bass guitars. I don't know a ton about bass guitars.
You're a curveball.
Yeah, that's a curveball. But usually I tend to see in an acoustic bass, I tend to see the same woods that you would see in an acoustic 6-string, and in the electrics, I tend to see the same woods that you would see in the 6-string electric. So I think it's pretty much the same for the most part. Like most of your electric basses are probably alder, ash, or mahogany, or maple, and then same with your acoustics, because most of the acoustic basses I've seen were mahogany and spruce.
Yeah, so I mean,
Or all mahogany. I've saw an all mahogany one.
Yeah, I mean, basses are super, super fantastic and all that stuff.
And then like different instruments. Now, when you start switching to different acoustic instruments, the woods change, like the staple woods change. Like when you start talking about a ukulele, which I love, there a lot of koa and a lot of mahogany in ukuleles. But now I like using the traditional guitar woods. I like those in a ukulele, like spruce.
I'm gonna throw you another curveball.
What's
banjos.
that? Yeah, banjos.
Banjos.
I don't know what the back of a banjo is. It's probably mahogany typically. Maple. Okay, maple.
Mahogany. I've seen maple back, so I mean.
So you're talking maples used on the back of the banjo. You're talking maples used a lot in violins. Maples used in a lot of instruments. I saw a lot of dulcimers made out of maple. And people utilize it also because it's beautiful. I mean, there's flame and pretty figure in a lot of maple, like spalted maple or ambrosia maple that's got all the grays and crazy figuring in it. Man, that stuff's popular.
Heck yeah.
Because of its beauty as well as its tone. Usually maple in a guitar gives you a more flat, frequency response, or a more flat sound. It doesn't color the sound as much as rosewood does. Rosewood make a guitar sound really sparkly in the top end and really deep and boomy in the low end, whereas maple, it'll be kind of flat. It won't have a ton of bass, but it's got enough. It's there, and it's not as sparkly on the top end as rosewood is, but it's bright. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain maple in an acoustic. It's different. it stands out good in a band. Like if you're playing with other people, my Martin tends to really cut through the mix.
Yeah, I mean, and bass guitars. You mentioned pickups and all that kind of stuff, and
Yeah, that's what makes the big difference on electric instruments like electric basses and electric six strings is the electronics, and he can tell you more about that.
Victoria posted getting a horticulture lesson and a music lesson. She loves it.
There you go.
So
I love talking about tone woods, man. I mean, we had an episode a long
dedicated
time
to it.
ago that was all about tone woods, but I tell you what's scary is a lot of these woods they're becoming endangered, so then like the
Brazilian
great
rosewood.
guitar woods, the greatest guitar woods, some of the best ones that we've ever known of are already super restricted, like Brazilian rosewood.
Under mahogany.
Yeah, a lot of different woods. Yeah. Koa only grows, which is what most ukes are made out of, and this dulcimer is made out of koa here. And koa wood it only grows in Hawaii. I mean, there's acacias. It's an acacia wood, and there are
I'll
other
let you
acacias
this.
that grow in Australia and places like that. But this only comes from Hawaii.
She
So
said, "Grow your own."
grow your own.
I'll let you take that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think you can grow a lot of this stuff around here. Plus, we don't have enough time left in our lives to see the musical benefits of any tree we would plant. It takes so long for one to get to where you could get instruments out of it.
Yeah, for
But yeah,
sure.
people don't realize what goes into building instruments. I mean, you got to have, if you're going to get serious about building acoustic instruments, you got to know a lot about like humidity levels in wood and stuff like that, moisture content.
That's what I'm gonna do today. Go build some instruments.
That's awesome. Yeah, you got a cool project on the bench. I'm glad to see it back in motion. There for a while, I know you just didn't have time to mess with it, but I cannot wait to see your next acoustic because that's what gets me going is acoustics.
It's definitely a learning curve.
Oh, they're
When you
going to
go to
keep
when you go to
getting
school, you
better.
have somebody to back you, and now you got to figure this out on your own.
Yeah, but I mean, you're doing what it takes to become really good at what you do. I mean, you just got to keep doing it.
Yes.
But I mean, all I know is right now, what you have on the bench is taking the shape of an OM style acoustic guitar. So, and it keeps looking more and more like one every time I see it.
It's
So,
like a little thin body OM.
is it going to be narrow?
The bottom end's gonna be a little narrow.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little thin line. Just
Like how thin line? Like as thin line as that guitar beside you there?
yeah, close to it, maybe a little bit bigger. I don't,
Yeah.
somewhere along those lines.
Yeah.
But yeah. So tell me this. So answer me this. We got 10 minutes left or however long people in here. We'll keep it going. Tell me this. We talked about lag guitars today. We talked about tone woods. We talked about many different things. We got some new pedals and stuff on the way. Let's mention this, Jonathan. What is your favorite? What is your favorite? What is your favorite ukulele you've ever played?
My favorite ukulele I've ever played. My Kamaka. The first one that I ever got. I mean, that's my favorite.
Okay. What is
It's a
so
tenor.
Victoria? I'm gonna ask you a question. Yeah, I'll post some stuff. Yeah. So question for you, Victoria. Who what would you have to say is your best new song you've heard in a while? What is a song that you guys have heard on the radio station there that just is like that you've heard and it's like, man, this is like something that's actually good that kind of took you by surprise? What is something you kind of got on the mic, got on the headphones there in the car, wherever, never heard it before, listened to it, and it kind of blew you away? We'll wait for her response there. That's a very good question. John, what about you?
Um,
You have anything here recently?
My sister sent me a song the other day that I like pretty good. It
What was
was
it called?
it was a contemporary Christian song. Let me see. I can tell you. I forgot the title of it. It was. It's Matt Mayer. Lord, I Need You.
Okay.
But yeah, that I've been hearing a lot of good new contemporary music.
Oh man, hard to pick just one, well, especially for you guys because you get so much. I think for me, she had me at Heads Carolina. I thought that one was
That was a cool song.
I thought that one was really good. And I thought John Party Last Night Lonely. I thought that was a good one when I heard it too. Those two were my list, my pick. So that was pretty good. Tell me a song that when you heard it, like don't have to be recent, but name a song that sticks out you can remember when you heard it. It kind of blew you away. It can be from any time period of your life. This is for you, John.
Oh, for me?
Yes. You too. Anybody else in the comment section, but it can be from any period. I know.
There are probably a few. One day we were just sitting on the couch watching TV, and I looked on the menu or the guide or whatever, and I saw that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony was airing on TV, so we tuned into it, and they were inducting Cat Stevens into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And he played, I don't know, he played a few songs. He played like Peace Train. He played Father and Son, which is a great tune.
And I'm guessing that kind of blew you away.
That blew me away. It blew me away because I thought of Cat Stevens. I didn't really ever sit down and listen to him. Some of those songs I had heard didn't even realize it was him because it's just a different time than I'm from. But yeah, man, when I put it together, all the songs, and when I heard him as an older man sitting there playing those songs, that was awesome. I loved it.
I'll tell you one that blew my mind away. The first time I heard Vince Gill. Everyone's like, yeah, the first time I heard Vince Gill. Vince
Gill playing Go Rest High at George Jones's funeral. That was something that was crazy.
When he played it, when we played that song at both my grandparents' funerals, so it takes me a little emotional. But the first time I heard Vince Gill was on the I was at a buddy's house and he had music playing on spot somewhere, and Don't Let Our Love Start Slipping Away came on. Yeah. And I was just like, oh man, that is such a rocking song.
Yeah. There's a lot of good music out there, man.
That was Victoria posted that was amazing. And Victoria, you guys get to see so many great music. I'll tell you a musical time for me that really blew me away, took me away, and put me in another dimension is I'm gonna bring Brad up here. The first time I heard Brad sing "Don't Close Your Eyes," man, I sat there and listened to it all the way through. I just felt like there was no one else in the room but me and him, and he was singing not in that kind of way, but he was singing "Don't Close Your Eyes," and it just blew me away. It's because his voice, and I literally never heard a voice that sounded so great. And I'm not a man to cry, but by the time he got done with that song, I was pretty emotional. I was like, dang, man, you deserve to be on the Opry. You deserve every bit that you've got. That was the first night I ever heard Brad play. And the next day, this kid walks in, well, he's older than me, but this kid walks in my store, and he says, hey, my name's Brad Harden, how are you? And I said, I'm great, how are you? And the rest is history.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that was probably my moment for live music that really blew me away is when he sung it. And I was just like, my gosh, kid, you are absolutely, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, there's definitely something about when it's live, man. Like I think it was my dad and my uncle. They actually saw Keith Whitley one night somewhere here at a venue somewhere here in Kentucky before he ever really got famous, and they were just, I mean, enamored by him, man. He's a hard guy to cover and do good.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean,
Yeah.
another one I'll mention here that really kind of blew me away that was sung is we were sitting up there one night, and the first time, the first time I heard him with a full band, and he just rocked out, and I was like, man, this guy is a artist. This guy here knows how to put on a freaking show, and it was kind of one thing after another, but yeah. So I've had a fun episode. What about you?
Yeah, man, have fun.
Yeah, I've had a great fun episode being here at the FretJob, everything else, and I look forward to next week's episode. Maybe next week, if the Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, we may have some special guests.
That would be nice, man. I always say that's my favorite stuff.
So I'm going to ask, talk, whatever, but I think we may have some special guests next week. We'll talk about that afterwards. And if we do have some special guests, we're going to shift away from guitars just a little bit. Still in the music realm, but
yeah.
But
something different.
We said this was a great episode. She said amen.
Well, thank you.
So,
and y'all have a great week.
Yeah, tell everybody.
Don't work too hard. Make sure you jam enough. If you don't play, at least listen.
And if you're wanting to listen to some radio, turn on Bourbon Trail and
there
listen
you go.
to them and all that good stuff. And come check us out at 816 Stanford Road. If you need a house, Jonathan Recorder at Lincoln Realty. He's the best agent there is in the state of Kentucky. So
give me a call.
He'll get your house sold. He'll get your house done. And he'll find you a house faster than anybody else.
Let's do it.
Let's
Man,
do it.
Y'all have a good week.
You too.